Yep. Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Shout out to Ice, shout out to This Is Shade TV. Shout out to all the Nets fans. We the best fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing the work. You know what I mean? Um, Early on, X doing my due diligence, I seen that Cam had 905 fourth quarter points. You know, I just like to do things to prove my soliloquy right. And yeah, there was players that had more points in them, and it was the top players. You know, it was the top lottery picks. You know what I'm saying? Cade Cunningham. So like for him to have shy of 1,000 points in the fourth quarter goes to show, man, you can't get that from everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to take advantage of these players. You got to take and you know that can score the ball the way they score the ball. You know. Oh, there you go, man. Shout out to the next person in the building. Word. You know what I'm saying? I I like this stat too because it's basically saying that you know he can score. This is how many fourth quarter minutes. Cam Thomas has been on the court for 13. You see it. You see it. You see the graphics. See the graphics, right? That's him in the fourth quarter. This is how many points he scored in the fourth quarter. This is what I'm saying. Like this is elite player stuff, bro. He has had to like go through a lot just to get the opportunity. You know what I mean? Shout out to Close Smith. You know what I mean? In the chat. Oh, here you go. He did a lot to get the opportunity. So, y'all didn't see it. I said y'all see it, but now y'all see it. He played 1,377 minutes in the fourth quarter. 1,377 minutes. And in the fourth quarter, he scored 905 points. That means it was going to him in the fourth quarter. And this is me saying that Cam Thomas impacts winning because he could score in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying other players can't. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that I know he can. You know. But besides that, you know, that's pretty much what all I want to say. You know, about Cam Thomas. I mean, what hasn't been said about Cam Thomas in this last month or so? You know what I mean? You know, you got Brooklyn Nets cast showing support. You know what I'm saying? You got Ice. Oh, shout out to Ice, man. He's talking about 2026 draft. You got. Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this. And I know y'all seen this, but I just want you to know that even Mikal Bridges himself know he shouldn't have been getting, you know what I'm saying, the ball over Cam Thomas when he got to Brooklyn. Look how this interview goes, bro. Like, listen to how Paul George casually says it. Like, y'all probably seen this already, but we gonna play it again.
Ooh, 40 balls.
He gave us 50.
He gave Phoenix 40 rounds.
Yeah, and so when you got
40 rounds.
Yeah, and so like, hey, we need you to be the guy because Cam Thomas was exploding.
Ooh, 40 balls.
He gave us 50.
He gave Phoenix 40 rounds.
Yeah, and so when you got there, that went away. I was surprised by that.
Man, I don't know, because Cam, that's my guy. Cam tough as hell too.
He's tough.
Man, and I just, even me, before I got there, I'm just looking at him, I'm like, all right, like some of the shots he shoot, I'm like, man, like whatever. But then I got there and I started like, I remember like the first day I got there and I was shooting with him, like going left and shooting fades and like really fading. And like if you don't really know me and know like if I really work on it, you might think like, the hell he's shooting. But then like he'll go in and you see me in practice making them every single time. That's how I felt with Cam because he's unorthodox sometimes. You shoot that like all the way over here and turn his full body. And then you go into practice, we're working out with him and he's just like doing all this stuff and making every single one. And I'm just like, you know what? All this I be thinking you shoot some bull shots before I got here. You work on it. So like I can't even get mad at you.
So you see, the players in the league respect it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't propaganda, player one. Player one, stop that bullshit. Bridges is not better than Cam Thomas, man. Not in this fourth quarter aspect of it. I got really nothing bad to say about Bridges and what he did with the Knicks. I could say something bad, but I really don't feel like it. So you see that, you know, among his peers, they know. They know. Where's that quote where not him scoring over LeBron James? Oh no, not that. Not that. But they asked LeBron James. He said he'd do that to everybody. You see, what did he do?
The other night, and then to kind of have a repeat performance. When did you kind of feel like you were still in that groove early in the game tonight?
Really, when I hit my first 2 threes, I came out hot early, so I didn't know it'd be another 40, but I knew I'd probably get a little, have a great game again. So, just kudos to the guys for believing in me, letting me make decisions down the stretch. I can make a little bit better decisions down the stretch, but that's what it is. You live. I mean, that's probably my second game playing that many minutes and making decisions. So, you learn, you move on, you build on it. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing.
Cam, this is twofold. Jacques was sharing a joke where you said you were the all-time leading scorer on the Stay Ready crew. Just what has allowed you, I guess, to have your playing time fluctuate, take DNPs, what have you, but you've always been, when called upon, ready to be able to go out and play essentially at a peak level.
Yeah, because I love the hoop, man. I love the hoop, whether to stay ready. Obviously, I want to play in the real games. Who doesn't? You can't tell me one person who don't want to play in a real NBA game. It's foolish. So really, I just try to, stay in the moment. And when I do get my opportunity, I try to make the most of it because I love the hoop. And, I don't want to go out there and look bad. That's just me personally. So I just want to go out there and give my best, give it my all, and just play hard as I can.
And presumably there would be more opportunities now going forward. I was just curious your take when you found out about Kyrie, and now that it's official, what were your reactions and how stunned were you by the whole situation?
I'd probably say I was more stunned with the first time the requested trade when he requested it. After that, it's just business. So I can stay out of it. I just I got drafted here. I just play. Whatever I do. Whatever they do, that's on them. That's the front office. They'll make the best decision for the team. But, I just try to, stay in my lane, play the best ball I can.
Cam, I got 2 for you. You guys had.
Yo, look how he handling these media questions, man. Look how bro, like he ready for the New York media. And you know what I'm saying? They talking about him and he scored 40. Say that he might be, you know what I mean? He might be, what do you say? Let me just keep playing the content.
Had that 8-point lead in the final few minutes that they eventually got back. Just what do you think changed down the line for you guys?
Yeah, a few turnovers. I had one, I think. We had turnovers, a few missed shots. It was just part of the game. That's a good team over there, a veteran team. So I feel like we played really well to hang with those guys, that long of a stretch. And I feel like towards the end, we just ran out of gas a little bit. But, the good thing about NBA, we got one tomorrow to build on and fix it.
And you guys got Spencer and Dorian coming in. Just what do you think they add to the group now?
Yeah, I mean, Spencer has scoring, big guard. So he'll add that. And then Doe, I know Doe because we're from the same area.
That's a peak, yeah.
So, he'll gritty defender, great shooter. So he'll be a really a glue guy for us. Put him anywhere, stretch 5, 4, 3, guard the best player, whatever we need him to do. So, I'm real glad to be playing with those guys. So, I'm
Yo, player, what? Yo, chill out, yo. Yeah, he was professional, bro. That dude was out of line. He trying to get the bag. He trying to negotiate. He trying to get that moolah, that cheddar, that enchilada, that green. And he out here talking crazy while he in negotiations with his team. He had to let him know this ain't no dream. Don't be talking to him like that. Don't be talking like that. You know what I mean? Talking about empty calories. Like, nah, you trying to act like I ain't special. He a special player. And y'all trying to act like, oh, we could just draft anybody and they gonna be like that. Nah, man. Stop that shit, player one. That's propaganda. That's propaganda. You talking about propaganda. That's what Zach Lowe was doing. He was pushing propaganda. You got fans like me, they ain't gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I'm ready to get it going.
Cam, obviously, congratulations on the 47.
Sure.
What do you take from a game like this where you have 47, but it obviously results in a loss, about what it takes to execute down the stretch to be able to put your team in position to win?
Yeah, I probably say towards the end I could have played a little bit under control. When they got up 5, I tried to go down there and get a quick bucket, and then Zubac stopped me and then caught a travel. So I probably just learned from stuff like that. Just I'm only 21, I'm not 30, so I'm getting the reps all I need. And the next game I probably do better and make a better decision in that situation. So really just getting the reps in that role. So I'm all good.
Cam, what would you say you learned most from Kyrie?
Everything really. That's my guy. We talked about a lot. Talked about Kobe. Just life in general, man. Just life in general. That's probably the main thing that I probably miss from Kai. Just me having that big brother on the team I could laugh with, joke with, make fun of. Just my big brother, because even though K's my big brother for real, but me and Kai, we're a little more joke, like a lot of jokes together. So that's probably the main thing. I could joke around with Kai.
Cam,
Yo, and I hope they're not holding that against him. I hope he not, what I mean, look at a certain way because he still remain friends with Kyrie Irving. These young players gonna look up to veteran players like Kyrie Irving. They shouldn't hold that against Cam Thomas because he still has a relationship with Kyrie Irving. It just seemed like they got something against him, and I just don't like it because when it comes down to playing basketball, he's still like the best player on the team. And he's the number one option over MPJ. I said he's the number one option over MPJ. Stop playing with me, man. Stop bringing fables to my table. You know what I mean?
Saw a stat tonight that you and LeBron are the 2 youngest players to ever score back-to-back 44-point games. Just any reaction to that?
Bro. I mean, that's great company.
What did he do? What did he do?
Even though I'm a Kobe guy, so if it said Kobe, I would be more company. I'm glad to have my name mentioned with that guy. I mean,
he did what?
Cam, saw a stat tonight that you and LeBron are the 2 youngest players to ever score back-to-back 44-point games. Just any reaction?
Him and LeBron are the only 2 youngest players in NBA history with back-to-back 40-point games. And y'all scoff at him. You disgust me. A player we draft, you fans out there disgust me with all of the hype y'all put around players that's not on this team yet. If they even gonna be on this team, overlooking talent that we draft over free agents, Nets fans, is that building a winning culture? Or is that building a begging culture? Begging for a free agent to come here and wear a cape? Wear S on his chest? You wanna trade for Superman? Huh? I'm tired of it. I'm disgusted. These players on other teams, they could win championships with other teams. That don't mean they're going to come to our team and win a championship. Y'all want to build? Y'all want to beg free agents to come here, clamor? Huh? Is that what we becoming? Are we going to overlook our draft picks and act like we shouldn't give them an opportunity because a free agent could come here and jazz us? How many times you going to get jazzed with the same song? I'm going to come here and I'm going to do this and that. They don't come here and do a goddamn thing. Besides Jason Kidd and Kevin Durant. I want to hear about that Kyrie and Harden shit, man. That shit was more of a mix-up than anything. But besides the excuses, just strictly talking basketball, and I got love for Kyrie Irving, but it was, again, I'm going to watch basketball. Media always trying to be bigger than basketball, and y'all let it happen with these shenanigans. I said Cam Thomas is the second youngest in NBA history with 2 back-to-back 40-point games. What rookie is doing that? What second youngest? The second is 1 and there's 2. He's the second to LeBron James, the best player ever to do it, the points most scored ever. Y'all looking at this man like he can't be one of the highest scoring players that get the most points ever. You looking at a player that could get on the top 20 list. Y'all mad at me. Let's press, even if he wasn't a rookie when he did it, he's still the second youngest player. The second youngest. In peak game, he wasn't a rookie. In peak game, LeBron came straight out of high school. So imagine that. Imagine that, Dylan. Imagine the fact that LeBron James came from high school to the NBA. And Cam Thomas did a year in college before he came to the NBA, and he's the second youngest player. Him being the second youngest player might be more impressive than LeBron in a paint, and it's debatable. I only say what I say because the way he played. I tell y'all this day after day. Yo.
To that,
bro. I mean, that's a great company. I'm glad to have my name mentioned with that guy. Even though I'm a Kobe guy, so if you say Kobe, I've been more, but hey, even I'm kidding. But it's still, great company. LeBron, he's about to break the all-time scoring record. I think like 2 games or 1 game, where he's about to do. So I just.
Because he got bad press because he made that joke about LeBron. Not joke, but kind of like not scoffed at it, but kind of, real nonchalant, like a water on the duck back. Was it because of that? Did he get a bunch of fuss because of it? They figure the way they don't like his personality. They don't like him kicking up dust, talking to the king like that. Like he said, he a Kobe guy. He said what he said. Y'all don't like him representing Kobe. Y'all don't like players keeping Kobe name alive. What's up? What y'all knocking on? What's the problem? What y'all? Now I'm saying, what's all of that for? Give him some elbow room. Like, well, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make it seem like these international guys is supposed to be the start of what we know. Y'all was banking on all of the ones that wanted to tank. All of the fans that wanted to take was banking on Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, Cooper Flag. And if we ain't get that, Yago wasn't really in it. And when we did speak on Yago wasn't something that we was clamoring over. And if it was short spells of it. Me, I ain't tripping. Why I ain't tripping? Because we got Cam Thomas. This is a player we drafted. You think all of the players that newly get drafted is just going to be better than the players that we already drafted? Shit is crazy, man. Y'all must have forgot, man. Cam Thomas got 905 points in the fourth quarter with all of the DNPs and all that. After he get the third one, they bench him after this third game. That's crazy work. That's crazy work.
Glad to have my name mentioned with him. You know, this young, so hope I can keep it going, keep having my name mentioned with those guys.
Oh, speaking of NBA legends, Kevin Garnett tweeted, "It's a next man up league. Brooklyn didn't get the dub, but Cam Thomas was born a bucket, 80 plus over 2 games, license."
Are you serious? Look at the whole league. Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, Paul George, Mikal Bridges, the Brooklyn Nets, the Nets fans, shit, man, your mammy, your pappy, everybody know Cam Thomas could play basketball. A born bucket? You see what Kevin Garnett said? Chip 7 in the comments telling the truth, giving y'all the gospel on a Monday. Y'all want to sit back and allow this shit to happen to Cam Thomas? Y'all want to act like it's okay to let Cam Thomas be disrespected because we got 5 new drafted players? Y'all want to act like y'all was okay with getting the 8th pick? Y'all want to act like it's okay that Sean Marks get to just not care about players that he should care about just because they're not an international player like Sean Marks is an international player? We got to act like it's okay for him to disrespect national players? I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from here. Respect the players here. Stop prioritizing international players over national players. And that's what's happening. I'm not going to let it happen on my watch. I know who's who, and I know what's what, and we know what's what and who's who. We know what it is, and we know what it do. I tell you no lies. I know that is true. Cam Thomas think he deserved this money because of tweets like this. This ain't fame. They know what it is. Talking about it ain't in his market. Just another way for them to excuse for giving $100 million to Cam Johnson. You trying to tell me that Cam Johnson deserved $100 million before Cam Thomas deserved the money he asking for? You trying to tell me Joe Harris deserved a stat deal before Cam Thomas? You know what I'm saying? If you could give Joe Harris that contract, you can't give Cam Thomas that contract that he asking for? But y'all want to pay Kuminga? Y'all cool with paying Jaden Ivey? Ice being nice? What you being nice for, Ice? If he deserved that money, Ice, then Cam Thomas deserved it twice. Cam Johnson had the 130-point game. He was smiling. He was glowing in his face. Cam Thomas scored 30 points on a Tuesday. Y'all gonna stop playing with me, man. Y'all gonna stop playing with my handle, man. I'm giving y'all validity. This is Kevin Garnett. These are real people talking about his game. NBA players. Not just Big Fan Breezy ranting on for 24 minutes. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm telling y'all, Cam Thomas is the best teammate for these rookies. Far as what he want to do, the trajectory of what he doing with his career, what's going on with him and Jordy Fernandez, Jaden Ivey, just don't, you put him here in the mix with him and MPJ, what chemistry? They both trying to set themselves in situations where they trying to get the bag. taking opportunities away from the rookies. MPJ gonna be cutting in somebody's minutes. Is he? If he not, Jaden Ivey definitely is. Hey, I went on the show with Gary and Dylan the other day, and again, like I said, it wasn't a mute point then. It ain't a mute point now. Jaden Ivey is going to take away opportunities from Yegor, Nolan Traore. That's a fact. Those are the main two draft picks that we should be focused on that is going to improve our backcourt. I want Nolan Traore coming off of the bench. You can't tell me he's not going to take minutes from Nolan Traore. You're not selling me that. You're not. You're not selling me that. No. Ivy is taking minutes from Nolan Traore. That's a fact. Ivy is taking minutes, opportunities to win or lose, to do right or wrong from Yegor. Jody Fernandez want to win. Yegor, sit down. No, or even if he don't sit down, Yegor, you're not running the ball. You're not running point right now. You want to run, but Cam Thomas ain't going to do that. Cam Thomas just going to play the two guard, play off ball, and make the defense react to what he do. Because he, you know what I'm saying? Dangerous to defenses. Y'all talk, a Milwaukee Bucks had an article earlier. I seen it. I was going to look for it, but I ain't feel like it. Where the Milwaukee Bucks want Cam Thomas. Of course they want Cam Thomas. All these teams going to want Cam Thomas. Any team that he land on 9 times out of 10, that 9 times out of 10, that 1/10 of Cam Thomas staying on the team, that 1/10, if he stays on this team, he's part of the championship roster to help us win as far as the Larry O'Brien trophy. Stop it. Telling y'all the truth.
Killer.
What more can I say? What more can I say? Listen, man. That's it. I said what I said. You know what I mean? Now I'm about to throw the link. Let me get to some of these comments. Shout out to Player One. Shout out to Dwabi 17. Shout out to Javon Ship. Shout out to Kwaku Ghana. Shout out to Pac Next Press. Shout out to Claude Smith. Shout out to Don on the Dunker. Shout out to Barry. What up, Barry? Definitely gotta go to the park. Shout out to Joey BK. Shout out to Chip 7. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Ice. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. But the other part of the show, because I don't really want to talk to y'all about Cam Thomas. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to hear what y'all side of what y'all gonna say. You know, I'm gonna change the topic before y'all even come up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just start talking about the draft. You know what I mean? Hold on, Jamal said, Breezy, you know what I realized about the Nets organization? They don't try to develop stars. They just want to get stars they already made in free agency. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, this is my team. I'm rooting for this team. They acting like national players is not better than international players. Let's talk about it. Like, what, y'all scared to have that conversation? Y'all scared to talk about, you know what I'm saying? How there's just because the top players as of recent are considered international players or all international players. Yeah, there's a change in times. But it's still a lot of national players. So there's still a lot of national talent. And this is still the National Basketball Association. It's not the International Basketball Association. Yeah, I see how they highlight these international players. That's cool and all. But at the end of the day, You know what I'm saying? I just think that they going away from the formula if they're going to do that on a regular basis, because it's the National Basketball Association, not the International Basketball Association. Case in point is the culture of basketball was stronger here than it was anywhere else. Even if it was something that they caught along and, you know, they caught up and whatnot, but still, it ain't the same as, you know what I'm saying, them actually being as good as national players, if national players get the same, you know what I'm saying, opportunity. You know, they may say Ant-Man, he's a national player that, you know, would probably, you know, would compete with the best of the international players in the NBA, but, you know, Ant-Man say he don't want it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's about, you know what I mean? But I just think that the NBA, you know, they should you don't have to choose the player, like the players you know what I'm saying, as an international player, like you don't have to make that a formula, like, you know what I'm saying, like you don't have to go away with what worked for so long, even though that it's changed do I like the change? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, yeah, I do like the change, but not to the point where, you know, players are getting overlooked because now it's just considered international players are better than national players, and now the national players not given the opportunities. Like, nah, let them rock. You know what I'm saying? Let them rock. You know what I'm saying? As I showed y'all, like they you know, they got a lot of players. They got a lot of players and in the NBA, but I think it's how many national players to international players. It said as of 20, there are 125 international. See what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's a lot, bro. I'm gonna lie to you. That's a lot. Look. See? Yo, what up? What up, LM? As a bro, this marks a record number of international representation in the NBA. I get it, but it could be overkill. You know what I'm saying? 125. How many players in the NBA? You know. So all this extra shit going on, man. But yeah, I just to show y'all, you know what I mean? Yeah, yo, bro, I get it. It's a global game, but you know what I mean? You're supposed to overlook, you know what I'm saying, the talent that's here. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And so basically, shout out to Nets fans. We the best fans. You know what I mean? I basically just wanted to have a conversation of the one and done conversation. You know what I'm saying? Where like shit, when back in the day they used to stay 2, 3, 4 years in college and then come to the NBA. Is the NBA better with them coming out as rookies, as freshmen, or was the NBA better when they came out after having 3, 4 years experience? Like, that's my question. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Iceman and you know what I'm saying, Notorious and Brooklyn LM. You know what I'm saying? Nets fans is the best fans. And Python, you know what I mean? Nets fans is the best fans. Shout out to Dylan. Shout out to Nets Press. The BK. Nothing But Nets, the Brooklyn Nets podcast. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of us. But yeah, that's the conversation I was just trying to have. Was the NBA better is it better when they one and done and come in the NBA, 1 year college and then come in the NBA, or was it better back then when they was doing 3-4 years and then coming to the NBA? Like, I'm gonna go to Ice first. Ice, just give us a quick commercial before we get into it. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna move around. We're gonna talk about international players, all that. But let's get the commercial first.
Y'all know where to find me at. Iceman the Dawn on Twitter. You can follow the Tip Off for Brooklyn Nets podcast on YouTube and on TikTok. You heard? That's where y'all can find me at.
Yeah, but what do you think about because remember we was this is kind of me, the conversation me and you was having.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of did this show, to be honest, with the valuing players even if they don't get drafted in their first year of college. I mean, like, even if they go with the NIL deals, what I'm saying is we shouldn't scoff at players that may want to get drafted in their sophomore, junior year because NIL deals, and maybe they got their own reasons because they're getting paid in college now to stay a year or two more. Maybe these are still good basketball players. How you feel about it, Ice?
Yeah, I think there are certain players that who are young enough to get drafted to the league who is highly talented. There are guys that's highly talented, flag, ace. Those type of guys are highly talented, and it wouldn't be bad for them to leave college early. But there are some guys, like I mentioned, I'm gonna keep saying my guy's name, Nick Clifford, who stayed for 4 years, 5 years, who is now showcasing that he can do everything on the court, not just one thing. So, and they said that every year he got better, every year he developed, and then you end up going later in the draft, which kind of is somewhat, he's still in the first round, but somewhat a knock because you stay later. They think you become a system guy and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? I think it's just on certain players. Certain players need to stay longer. Certain players don't need to stay longer. I don't think it's one set rule for a player to stay longer, but I don't think players that stay longer should get scarfed at because they try to develop their game before they come into the league completely. You know what I mean? If you come in too early and then your contract is up early, bro, and you end up being out of the league. You know what I mean?
All right. Now that's fair. It's fair to say that there's different contracts, right? There's the fourth rookie. If you drafted in the first round, that's 4 years. I think the second round is different from the first round, right?
Yes. First round. I mean, second round, you might end up you could end up on a two-way. Now your contract might not be guaranteed all the way.
Yeah, I'm just, trying to say that we should still value talent that go their sophomore, junior year, or maybe even a senior year as well, because they still, you know what I'm saying, have advantages of playing college ball, over NBA. Maybe these system guys, maybe they, probably have the advantage over other NBA players that, maybe not made it on the walk-on. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you can't get your spot back after you leave that spot, you know what I mean, in college, you know what I'm saying? You show that another spot, you got NIL deals, you talented, but maybe there's a certain premier player that they was going to get clocked over you, and you come back that next year like, yo, I'm going to get more time with the ball, yada, yada, whoop-de-whoop. And you know what I'm saying? It benefits them. That's all I'm saying is that we shouldn't scoff at the talent that didn't get drafted. And 2026 draft seemed like it's going to be a big draft too. But before we move around the panel, I just want to ask Ice just about the international thing and the national plays. And it's just, again, continuing the conversation because, like you did mention, Nate Clifford. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, drafted players are what a lot of championship rosters build their champion. A lot of teams build their championship roster with. And I don't know the next time we're going to draft a prolific scorer like a Cam Thomas. But at the end of the day, far as, drafting international talent more than national talent, you favor at this draft, or you look the other direction?
I mean, not that I would look the other direction. It's just who is the, you know what I'm saying? It's not about international or national, just who is the best player. You know what I mean? Who is the best, the most talented? You know what I'm saying? That's who I would want. But You know what I
All
mean?
right, so but let's run it though. You think we got the best player at what was it, 19?
19 Traore. I can't remember who was around 19. He might have been close to being the best player at 19, but I can't remember. I have to go back.
All right, what about Drake Powell,
Yeah.
22? You think we got the best player at Drake Powell?
Not at 22. No, 22. I think we could have got Drake where we got Saraf at 26 or whatever. We got Saraf at. I think we
I was
could have
gonna
got
say at
somebody
19, you probably have
I
like
think
Will
he was the
Riley.
best player available at that time, though. Ice.
at 22.
22. Who was better than him at 22? Who's 23?
I don't remember,
Nick
but I don't think I would have
Nick
took
Clifford
Drake
was
if I
available at
remember.
22.
Yeah, I don't think I would have took him at 22.
There was nobody there that the thing that messed up the draft is a lot of players went to schools where it hurt their draft stock. So what Breezy's talking about with the one and done situation, was it better for basketball? Yeah. But is it legal? Is it constitutional to tell someone who you can send to war, who's old enough to go fight a war for you, that he can't earn money playing a sport that he plays at a high level, or the powers that be in that sport deems that you can play at a high level? That's that shit was always unconstitutional. I don't even know how they got away with it for so long. It went to the Supreme Court, and you got a pretty free market minded Supreme Court, and they changed it. But bigger than that, I just think that players need to start actually developing for the league that they're going to. If your end all be all is the NBA, then, and you're not, I mean, if you're a scrub and you could get $1 million out of playing basketball all the way into your graduate degree, shit, do that. And go ahead. More power to you. But if you're nice, you should be getting better in an NBA gym. You should be working on your game at 6 o'clock in the morning, not worrying about going to classes and faking like you're a student. You should be working
Yeah.
on your craft.
Yeah,
Period.
hold on, PT. Let's go to Notorious, man. Yo, we said a lot, Notorious, man. You know, I seen you in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Let's go with you though. First off, how you doing, man?
Oh well, how you doing?
Good, man. I'm sure, man. Just trying to get to the bottom of this, man. You know, Cam Thomas scored 905 points in the fourth quarter. You know, I just think that's part of impact winning. So, you know what I mean? No matter who we draft, I'm just asking you, specifically you, like, without names being put on it, you know, so nobody turns into a fanatic, you know. What when you think a player impacting winning from the guard position, what do you think? Without names,
I mean, me personally, I like guards who can score the ball, but they also have the knack and the ability to know when to get their teammates involved and feed off of their offensive prowess and get other people involved as well, and help their team win in that fashion. You know what I'm saying? I also like guys who do a little bit of everything. Like I said, basketball isn't all about scoring, but it's the most important factor. But if you can rebound a little bit, you can throw in some assists and you can play solid defense. Just an overall solid basketball player. I don't like guys who are specialists. I like ballers. You know what I mean? I like guys who can get their own shot. I like guys who can create their own space, because that's going to separate the men from the boys when you need to get a tough bucket. You know what I mean? So that's just me personally. But I wanted to answer your question about guys coming out or waiting. I think guys should come out early because you want to get them acclimated to the NBA setting. You want to get them acclimated to the speed of the game. So absolutely, you want to throw them in the fire early to see if they pan out. Now that doesn't mean I'm gonna turn my nose up on a guy who stayed 3 or 4 years and is a good basketball player, because there are some guys out there, you know, like I said, that route is going to benefit them, you know. But you know, the
Yeah.
guys who you feel like have a high ceiling, you don't want to waste these guys' time, man. Like, you know, you want the LeBrons of the world, the Kobe's, the T-Max, the Garnetts, you know what I mean? Even the Cooper
Yeah.
Flags, like certain guys you know are special, and
Now
why sit
I
around
agree.
wasting their time? They need to be in the league. Period.
Now I
As
agree
fast
with
as
it
possible.
because I heard I agree with it, Joey, because I heard what was his name? The dude that they compare Cam Thomas to all the time, Lemon Pepper Lou. Dude, he was saying that the average NBA career is 4 years. So yeah, I think the earlier the better because of that. You know, if
Right.
the average NBA career is 4 years, if you make it 4 years, that's a rookie scale contract.
Right.
So they're basically saying like, yo, after your rookie scale contract, you might not make it in the league. To
Right.
make it 10 years in the NBA is a respected career. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I just, you know, I think Yao Ming only had 8 years. You know what I'm
Right, but
saying?
Yao Ming's also a big man. Most big men don't last that long, especially, you know, at that size.
Yeah, but what I only wanted to add it to what you say to say I agree with them coming out early because the NBA career isn't that long. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Only the special players get to 20 years. Like that's not some normal. That's not what normally happens. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. But like I said, Breeze, I'm not against turning my nose up on the guy because he stayed 3 or 4 years. Like, I wanted Maxim Renard. I thought he was fucking excellent. You know what I mean? And he was an older player. But I wanted to say something to your national debate. I just think that's all semantics, bro. Like, it's all about talent, man. If a guy's coming from Zimbabwe and he's nice, I want him on my team. I don't care about that. I don't care about the international versus national thing. I care about the talent. I care about the upside. That's what I care about. You feel me? And you know, we could sit here and snark our noses up. Yes, you know, we still are the leaders in basketball as far as Americans, but to sit up here and act like the national stage hasn't closed the gaps. France's, the Spain's, you know, and the other teams in Europe, I mean, they closed the gap, bro. Not saying that we still don't have the most talented players in the world, but the gap is being closed. And I personally don't mind taking an international guy, man. Look at Luka Doncic, man. Like, the dude is amazing, you know, one of the best players in the league, and he's an international guy. I mean, I don't know anybody that would turn their nose at him because he's not American. So
No.
I
But
mean,
interesting. What I was saying to my point. Those EuroLeague guys that was be great like that, they wasn't young. Like Jokic was a pro before he got he wasn't like a 18-year-old kid. Like he was pro ball over there. I forgot what age it was, but he wasn't like Wemby. You know, that's a new thing. You know what I'm saying? Even Petrovic, who we loved and adore, he was a pro before he came in. He was playing pro ball, like, you know what I mean, EuroLeague before.
Breezy, Luka was 19 when he came here. He was a pro at like 14 or 15. Yeah. He came here at 19.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Luka is more the new era. I'm talking about the old era versus
I
the
see.
new era. You know what I'm saying? Like the new era league, you'll get a Wemby or Luka, but you talking about what 2000s? So
yeah, but the new era is
Tony
like
Kukoc
that.
when Tony
real
Kukoc
quick,
got
the
here.
new era is like that because the talent gap is closed. The world is getting smaller. Like most scouts say, like, listen, it ain't a guy out there that we probably don't know about, or you know what I mean, that you think you're the only person who know about him. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, like, yeah, it's new versus old because of, you know, the way things were in the world back then compared to now, and based off of the talent that was back then to now. So
now there's the internet. 20 years ago in foreign countries, you needed a satellite dish to watch the NBA. Now there's the internet. Now everybody's a part of it. Look at our spaces.
Right.
We be having people from all over the world who are Nets fans.
But not only that, you got professional leagues all over the world now. You know, in
Hold
different
on.
countries. So people are paying attention to that.
Let's get Brooklyn Element in the conversation. I wanted to go to him next. Was you done though, Notorious?
Yeah, I'm done. You could. I'm passing the rock. I'm good.
Yo, Brooklyn LM, you there?
Yeah. I've just been listening.
Yo, what you think about Nolan? We was over here the other day, and I think Leaf said his ceiling is Easy was with us. Shout out to Easy. He said his ceiling is Tony Parker. So I wanted to ask you, you know what I'm saying? I know you like the Spurs, so I wanted to ask you, you think you see that? You see it?
Whoa. I ain't say that, bro. I did not say that, bro.
No, I ain't say you said it. I said Leaf said it. I said you was there.
Okay.
There was some comparisons to him, like when before the draft, he had some of the fast version of Tony Parker comparisons. I feel like it's accurate. With Nolan, I know he has the speed. I think he's faster than Fears. Like I think we honestly got the fastest player in the draft. He's faster than Fears. Like if you watch
That's
him,
not a question. That's fact.
it's
They
a fact.
both went to the
He's
same combine.
Yeah, he's way faster than Fears. Like he might be the fastest player in the draft, and I'm not even
He
joking.
is. Like, why are you doing this, LM? You know
I
he's
know,
the fastest
I
player.
know he's the fastest man, but it's just people be having their doubts. But he honestly, like, I love Yegor, but if he was our future point guard, I wouldn't be surprised. Like he has the tools. He can honestly be like I like Drake Powell, but him and Drake Powell can be possibly our best players in the near future. Like if they were to pan out to be, what they were expected to be. Like this was a dude that was arguably going top 5 this year. You know what I'm saying? So I like Nolan.
Both of them was in the top 7.
Yeah.
Traore, there was arguments on after Traore scored 45 in last year's Eurobasket. They everybody was saying it's either Traore or Dylan. That's how ill
Right.
it was.
Right. So you talking about you got that guy at 19. So I think for me, all I really want to see from Nolan is I think he's a good finisher. Obviously, the speed is there, the IQ is there. I just want to see him develop more of like a little mid range coming off off the screen into a pull up mid range. And the thing about it is, it's in this league of guards, like he has to kind of play not catch up, but more so, how bad do he want it? Because you got Darren Peterson coming in next year. Like you're gonna be competing probably in the East with Halliburton, Cade. Like it's gonna be a lot of guys you're gonna have to compete with for that point guard spot. Yegor might be the potential point guard in the near future, but you know what I'm saying? He has the potential to take that spot, I think, out of the guards that we drafted. But he can pan out. I like Nolan a lot. Like I said, I wouldn't. It's just the way we drafted, like the draftees as a collective, it just was throwing me off. Like Saraf, like I said, the main guy out. Like I'm not really a fan. You replace him with Fleming or Will Riley or whoever, I'm good to go. But I think Nolan and Traore, I think Nolan and Yegor and all these guys, it's gonna be interesting to see how they all mesh together. But
That's my next question for you, Brooklyn LM, because they contribute a lot of credit to the Spurs for kind of introducing a lot of the international game to the NBA. How you feel about it? Like, I guess what is that, the floor, stretching the floor more like what Patrick Ewing was doing, but that on a regular basis. Like, it wasn't so amazing and incredible that Ewing is doing, like they was doing that on a regular with the floor could stretch the floor. Is that the Euro play? Because that's what I thought it was. Like,
it kind of is, but the 4 has been dead for me. Like the 4 has been dead for a minute. Like I remember Duncan and Kevin Garnett and Dirk and just there was a lot of good 4s back in the day. But I feel like it's been dead for a minute now. Like I mean, you got Giannis, AD still there. You know what I'm saying? But like,
They
I
they
don't think the
literally
fours have
changed
been
the rules of
dominant.
the game.
So bonus,
Yeah, the bonus is a center. I don't really count him as a four.
he a 4, bro. He could just rebound.
Yeah, I think
Sabonis
he.
is a four to you?
Yeah, I would say he's a.
He a 4
He's a
to me.
good rebound.
He
It's
just
an easy point. I agree with easy.
I wouldn't
yeah,
put him
he's
at
just
the
a
four though.
decent rebound.
Yeah,
If
hell
you
yeah,
had a
yeah.
better, if you had a better
Sabonis is a
center, you would have.
5.
Yeah, Sabonis
I
is a
think he a
four. I don't
five.
think he a four at
Yeah,
all.
his game was
I
all
think he a
Could
five
be a
more so.
four, but he's a high
He
caliber.
could be four. If you put him at the four, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but I would most likely put him at the five.
Yeah, his rebounding's more effective than his perimeter defense. I feel like if you're going to be a stretch four, like as a big man that can play the four, then you have to be able to guard the perimeter, and he's not that good at that. So I would think he's a five just based on his rebounding.
Hold on, but hold on,
I'm
hold
with
on.
you.
Now, I just want to ask why you there because I wanted to speak to that. I ain't get to it though. Just the prioritizing what the four need to be. That weak side help. Like, how is that more important than the scoring of a four? Like being able to guard the perimeter and get back to the paint. That weak
Hell
side help.
yeah. Hell yeah.
It's not more important, but it's
It helps.
critical.
Hold,
It's
let,
why
let,
Danny Wolf is not a 4. He
hold on,
can't.
let Dylan. Okay, let me ask Dylan that. Like, how you feel about that, Dylan? Like, so you want to make Wolf a four then, or do you think that he can become a four?
I mean, I'd have to see him play more at an NBA level to kind of figure out if he can keep up with NBA level fours and fives. But do I think he can? Probably not. I'm not banking too high on the Wolf pick. So
I'm thinking of Wolf guarding Paulo and how fun that would be watching that. And I'm just like, oh
I
my
feel like he'd
god.
get murdered.
Paolo was killed him. It's not
Paulo would
just
genuinely kill him.
Paolo. It's Jason Tatum,
Jalen Johnson,
fucking Jalen Williams.
Shet probably at most times. Giannis if he faced Milwaukee one day. Like, I don't like him at the four, man. I don't know. I think he could play it, but I don't know. I feel like
The only hope that I have with Wolf is based on the fact that Jordy was the main developer for Jokic and Sabonis. And Wolf has a similar style of play. That's the only hope that I have for him is that he can somehow do it again. But his summer league didn't look that good, so we'll
They
see.
they have to sell out on him being Jokic or Sengun.
That's a stretch, man. I think it's a stretch at this
He
point.
listen, that's his
But
skill
do we
set.
all agree that Wolf is more the best talented center that we have right now on the team?
I don't even know if he's a center. Like Elam, it's a loaded
He's
question. You have to see
100% a
what he.
center. In this NBA,
I've been
He
trying
has
to
to
say
be
tell
a
me someone
center.
he can
He
guard.
has to be.
Can he?
I don't think he
guard
can guard
Jalen
no one at
Johnson?
the. I don't think he can guard no one at the four. I
That's
really
what I'm
don't.
saying. Like
needs to
can
get
he?
quicker.
No, John. I want you to answer the question. Can you could imagine? You could at watching him play basketball. You could imagine Danny Wolf guarding Jalen Johnson on defense.
I think he has the potential to do so at either position. I think for him, he needs to get a lot quicker. I think his rebounding was all right.
How do you get a lot quicker?
You got it. It's by experience, pace of play. Like he's got to get stronger too. Danny
Those
Wolf,
are
like many
just
of us have
words.
said,
You don't
he's
get
not as
quicker at
strong
21
physically
years
yet.
old.
He's not as strong physically yet.
You don't become faster at 21 years old. That's not gonna happen. That's not on deck for him. He's not fast enough. If he's gonna develop in this league, he has to do the same. He has to use those tools that he has, like those point guard-esque tools to take advantage of other centers. But if they try to use him like they use Claxton or some shit like that, or they put him at the four as some kind of gimmick four that's trying to shoot threes and shit.
I mean, you
that's a
saw how
waste.
Noah Penda was battling with him in the summer league? It looked nasty.
Yeah,
it looked nasty.
They had Wolf experimenting from three. They did have Wolf experimenting from three. We saw that in summer league. I even saw the mid range from him too, which was
his
interesting.
best game was my last day in Vegas. Like I was about to leave and give up on him, but they played him at center the last game, and you got to see him, and he was more comfortable because He was guarding people who was more his size. He was handling his business on the passing end and creating for others, and he didn't look overwhelmed. Like I don't see like what possibility of his foot speed being able to stay with NBA power forwards. It just,
So who's a 5 in the league? Because we talk about him not guarding 4s. The 4s are the more athletic, they're more speedy, they're more faster. Who at the 5 is like a Giannis in the league? Like a 5 that's just extremely fast, quick, can get to the paint with a quick first step. Who is a 5 that makes you think of, oh, like he'll have a problem? Because I don't think it's Jokic. I don't think it's Embiid.
No, he's gonna have a problem with the strength.
Yeah, I think the strength aspect, yes. I
got one
agree.
name for you.
Hey, that's what I was saying. The strength has got to get a lot better
I
at
got
too.
one name for you. I think he would have a problem with Bam.
yeah,
Bam is one.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
Bam
good one,
could give
Joey.
him
That's a good
trouble.
one.
Bam
But
can
he'd
give for sure.
give Bam trouble on the other end too, though, because he's a unit, man. Like you see him in person, he's a real 7-footer, and I don't make believe I'm close to being 7-footer. He's a real 7-footer. He just plays soft. You could just tell it's like Connecticut basketball.
Finesse. He has a lot of finesse.
He gotta get that. He gotta get that bullshit out of his life.
Yeah, you got to get the
'cause they're
finesse
gonna-
out the window, Ice. We need some grimy basketball from him, man, if he really wants to like put a stamp on where he wants to play at either 5 or 4. I think at the 5 though is the best for him because, like you guys just said, all the 4s are athletically better than him, so he would get crushed at the 4 position. I think if he can convert to a 5 the next year or two, he could be a Sengun at worst on this team, or
They have to
Sabonis.
have a vision
Knicks.
for him. They like these are things that the team should know already. That's the thing that gets me so mad with Marks. He tries to let things organically fall into place. No, you gotta have a game plan, because that's how you get overlap. That's how you end up drafting 3-point guards for no reason, because you're not thinking of how the parts fit together. And with the
But Pod, they have such great characters, though. That was the one thing that united all of his decisions. The character, forget the skill sets, that'll come along, like Sean Marks always says, right?
Oh my god.
I hate that shit, yo.
These guys have great character, everybody. They're gonna the Brooklyn fans are gonna love them. Yeah, okay.
But I talked to all y'all niggas before. And y'all all came to agreement and said, yo, y'all really don't have a problem with the draft. It was just a Ben Terrell pick. So
No, there were problems with it, Ease. I'm going to give these kids a chance because I think they all individually bring a lot to the table. But if you're talking about balance roster, we are far away from that because we don't have an actual center. You're hoping to convert Wolf into a center. You don't have a power forward. You have Michael Porter Jr. for now. And your 3-2, well, with Cam Thomas now is up in the air. And now you have different guys that want to be the ones. So you have no roster balance right now. And I think that's where guys like Gary, myself, Pod, we're all like, what the hell is the ultimate goal here? Just have playmakers?
What makes you think he's not a center, though?
No, I'm saying Wolf could be, but right now his role isn't defined like that because we have to see how he develops his first year. What position suits him more? I think after just talking about it, the 5 probably, but you have Claxton and Dayron at the 5 right now. So one guy's going to, get their minutes cut if Wolf does, hit the 5 position well.
We're not saying he can't play the 5. We just saying right now he's too soft to play the 5.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like a tweener right now, right?
Tweener,
like,
yeah, that's the way to describe
it. He can't play the 4 because he's too slow-footed. He can't really play the 5 right now because he's soft. So he can play the 5. So he's going to get ate up either way. But to your point, his best position is the 5 because he can really take advantage of 5s on the offensive end of the ball. But he just got to get tougher so he can, be able to hold his own on the defensive end of the ball.
I wish we traded Claxton because then Wolf could get more time at the 5. It wouldn't be a question. Like with Claxton on the team, it's like Wolf's minutes are going to be cut somewhat because he's going to have to try to earn those minutes. But we have Claxton now for some dumbass reason. Like if Claxton was traded already, Wolf could be at the 5 right now starting, and Dayron could be the backup. Like it would have been easy if that would have got done. But
he can be a 5, but he's going to have to get a little bit tougher. That's all.
Yeah.
They all gotta get tough. But I'm glad Jaeger acknowledged.
Insurance policy though. You still want an insurance policy. You don't want to get rid of all your 5 and then you only have one 5 and then you get hurt and now you're just doing some Maker was plugged in that OKC was doing, but you don't have the depth, so you don't want to do that to yourself. So I say keep an insurance policy. Keep a big man in case one of your big men get hurt. You're trying to put Wolf at your
Can we
father.
be real? He's gonna suck. I can see it already. It's gonna be terrible.
Garrett, you want to announce the Nets this year?
He's gonna suck. Man.
Commentary.
He's gonna be too slow. He can't shoot. It's just he's gonna suck. Like,
Danny Wolf. I was gonna say something about this.
Hold on, you think Danny Wolf is gonna suck?
I do. I think it was a horrible mistake.
Oh man, hold on, let him get this one. Let him get this
He's
one.
gonna suck. I was like halfway excited for him, and then I watched like, yo, this is not an NBA player.
Damn. Yo, Ice, you got a rebuttal, bro.
I'm not. That's just Gary's opinion. You know what I mean? Because I
We're
knew
gonna
he
find
played.
out. We'll find out.
we
We'll come
are.
back 2 years from now. Either I'll be right, or I'll be wrong. But
Right.
yeah.
But no, but I'm saying in summer league, he played what Paul was talking about. He played better without Drew Timmy playing on the floor with him. That made the difference in how he played the summer league.
Can I put this out
Timmy
there?
and Tulsa
You
should
guys
have
aren't gonna
even
like this.
been there.
Drew
like-
Timmy's a better NBA player than Wolf.
Wow.
Right now. Wow.
Right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not saying a
would
lot,
agree.
but I yeah, okay. That's not saying a lot though, but yeah.
I mean, he's been in the G League. He has some NBA experience, so I mean,
It's
that
Drew
would make
Timmy,
sense.
bro. It's Drew Timmy.
Wolf is more
It's
skilled
Drew
than Timmy,
Timmy,
though.
but, like,
Wolf
Wolf
is
is
way
definitely
more
more
skilled than
skilled.
Timmy.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a lot of we knew that the guys we were be
Wolf's
selected
physically
was gonna
stronger.
have
He's a
time.
better rebounder. He's a better shooter. He's just better right now.
Oh, yo, hold on. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Yeah, I gotta end the show early, man. I'm gonna be back on more content really soon, man. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to the Nets fans. We the best fans. I'm gonna get with y'all later sometime soon.